You know exactly what you want. You can see it clearly. You've thought about it 100 times. You've even started sometimes, but somehow you're still here. Same place, same patterns, same conversations with yourself about why today isn't the right day. You're stuck, and the worst part isn't the stagnation, it's the shame, because you can't even explain it to yourself. There's nothing stopping you, except you. Psychology Today just published research on what they're calling self-concept inertia, the tendency for people to resist changes that contradict their existing identity, even when those changes would be objectively better for them. In other words, you're not stuck because of your circumstances, you're stuck because of your story about who you are. The research found that people who feel most trapped in life aren't those with the fewest options. They're the ones who have the strongest attachment to a fixed version of themselves. Growth, by definition, requires becoming someone slightly different than who you are right now. And that is terrifying in a way that no one talks about. Because if you change, if you actually become the person who does the thing, then what was the past for? Why did you wait so long? What does that say about who you've been? The Lubavitcher Rebbe taught something that breaks this entire trap open. He believed, not as philosophy, but as operational truth, that human beings are fundamentally unlimited, that the fixed self is an illusion, that the categories we use to define ourselves, I'm someone who doesn't do that. That's not who I am. I've always been this way, are stories we've mistaken for facts. He said, when we do not only what we can do, but also what we cannot do, we pass into the world of impossibilities. That's not motivational language. It's a precise description of what transformation actually requires. You cannot grow into a new version of yourself using the identity of the old one. You have to step into the discomfort of being someone you haven't been yet, before you have the evidence that you can. That's the moment everyone avoids. That's why you're stuck. The Tanya, the core text of Chabad Chassidism, distinguishes between two levels of the self: the outer self, habits, patterns, accumulated history, and the inner self, the soul, which is always already free, always already connected to something infinite, and therefore never actually limited. You feel stuck in the outer layer. But the inner layer, the real you, was never stuck at all. This doesn't mean the work isn't hard. It is. But it means the stuck feeling is not evidence about your nature. It's evidence about your story. Change the story. Change the self. The circumstances follow. What would you do tomorrow if you decided that I'm the kind of person who doesn't do this was no longer a fact? That question is the beginning of the end of being stuck. Subscribe if this reached you.